Welcome to the Monday edition of the Morning Blend. I'm Tina Jennings. Now, there is a place right here in Tucson where guests don't just feel like they got away, but they feel like they actually traveled back in time. If you've ever wanted to walk the streets that Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday once walked, this is the spot. Russell True is here to tell us more about Tombstone's only Dude Ranch. And I want to start out with Dude Ranch because I feel like I've heard this term, kind of thrown around throughout the years, but I don't really, know really what a dude ranch is. What does that mean?
Well, it started out because the Easterners came out and they were all dressed sort of garishly Western. And so the old dude ranchers said, man, they're all duded up. And it ended up being a dude ranch. It's where you go stay like at a hotel, but on a ranch.
Okay.
It was the West's first destination vacation.
Now, and I know Tombstone, we all know, I think everyone that comes into Tucson knows that Tombstone's very historic. We were talking about the streets that Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday once walked on. So what about the ranch itself? Is it historic in itself?
Well, it is. I mean, we're 2.5 miles down the main street, Allen Street of Tombstone. So if you went 2.5 miles, you'd be at Tombstone Monument Ranch. But it was 1880 homestead from one of the original ranching families, the Trapmans. And their 5th and 4th generation family, the Escapools, are still very prominent and involved in Tombstone. So it was one of the original homesteads. And the folks who built the ranch, they preserved the Indian escape tunnel and root cellar. So when you walk into the bar, you look down into it, and that's how they escaped the Apaches.
Wow. I think this is odd. And I went on your website, I looked at all of the different rooms, and you guys have really done a really good job of kind of capturing that historic aspect and making you really kind of feel like you're living back in that period or like in a movie almost.
Well, a lot of our guests say they feel like they're in the Western movies. They're waiting for Clint Eastwood or Wyatt Earp or someone to come around the corner.
Yeah.
But when you are near the West's most iconic town, you want to stick with that theme, and we think the ranch has done that.
Well, of course, like I said, the rooms are amazing, and I love that they're each different, kind of like themed and set up. So what kind of services do you guys also offer out there?
Well, we're a full-on dude ranch, so 365 days a year, we serve 3 meals a day. We take rides out into the really surprisingly diverse and beautiful country that surrounds Tombstone. The other great thing is the history's there. I mean, if we ride a half mile one way, it's the horse race track where Wyatt Earp used to race Johnny Behan, and you go and see mining remains, and you see Indian petroglyphs, and the history and the beauty. 5 different mountain ranges are in view. How do you beat that when you're out riding?
I think all of what you just said kind of sets you guys apart from any other ranch out there or another place to stay. Is there anything else that you particularly think that makes you guys stand out and makes you special?
Well, I mean, I think we're a typical dude ranch in the sense that we have the meals, the riding, we have a swimming pool, hot tub, activities, we have entertainment every night. So that's sort of typical dude ranch stuff. I think one of the things that makes us unique is obviously Tombstone. We've discussed that. The uniqueness of the town, you ride through the town. Also, our family, we've only owned the ranch about 2 years, and we come into it with 50 years of dude ranch experience. I'm 2nd generation here in Tucson, and so we've got that experience, and then this unique ranch. We think we're kind of in a unique spot.
Absolutely. And you kind of mentioned that your family has owned the ranch for a couple of years. Is this also a family-friendly place to come? Is this a place where you see kids coming? And I bet that would be something that they would totally think is awesome.
Well, when my kids were young, I used to take them to dude ranches.
Yeah.
There's no better place to take a family than a dude ranch. But yes, the ranch, it's got all that freedom and ability for kids to explore and have a bit of independence that kids today don't always have.
Yeah.
It also sort of helps get them off the technology. They get out and ride. It's a very real experience, and they get time together with the family and time for a bit of independence and go out and do something they've never done before. And that's important when you're a young kid getting getting some confidence.
And I think also it's something that, years and years and years later, they'll say, Mom, Dad, remember when we went to, it's like a memory that will always stick with them, which, these days everyone's busy and everything. It's nice to kind of take a moment and do something with the family to build those memories. But do people come out to the ranch for other like special moments in their life, maybe a wedding or something like that?
Well, weddings are huge at Tombstone Monument Ranch. We've got this great wedding barn, and so if the weather's nice as it usually is, they get outside, get married on the grass, and then in the barn they can have their reception. We do events. They get married in the street, because the ranch is set up like Tombstone, Old West Town. So a lot of options for weddings. It's been a big hit for us there.
Well, every bride wants to be unique and wants to have that wedding that everyone's talking about. That is the way to do it, is to get everybody talking. This kind of reminds me of that old movie City Slickers, when they come and they kind of go to like a dude ranch and they have such clarity and they kind of reassess their life. I feel like every one of us kind of needs that off the grid moment. Go do something where it's just nice and slow paced and you kind of get a chance to stick with your family. So this is just the place, and it's right down the road. So I think that we have to remember that. And I think your family does a great job with the ranch. Thank you so much for coming in.
Well, thank you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to tell everybody how to come out and get those reservations. For more details about Tombstone's only dude ranch, call 457-8707 or log on to tombstonemonumentranch.com.